Welcome to Perspective Now. I'm Marcus, and I'm here with none other than Nunyub and a very special guest, Radical Reggie. How are you guys doing?
Doing good, feeling good, man. I'm really excited you guys have me back on here. I just feel like we're a family, man. I feel like we should, I don't know, man. I'm just really happy right now, man. This made the rest of my day great. So thanks for having me on.
Of course, dude. Yes. And Nunyub, how are you?
Oh, I'm so excited because I feel like we're about to dive deep into the past and into the future at the same time. We're about to dive in to some of the best and most interesting lessons of 1980. When I say lessons, I mean video games. Reggie,
Yeah.
Yes.
Marcus,
Yeah.
I think you two are both big fans. And so I think you're going to see where it all spawned from. And with that, I don't want to keep our viewers waiting any longer. I want to just jump right in. Marcus, let me ask you, how
Yeah.
excited are you to talk about these video games?
I'm pumped. I'm a 10. I'm 11.
10. Okay, so with that, let's jump right in.
1980 was a good year.
It's Wildfire, an electronic pinball game that's pinball fun for most
Yeah.
everyone.
Hey, beat that score.
Wildfire's 3-speed ball of light
Speed it up.
bumps off bumpers, flips off flippers. Flip too fast, you might lose it.
Tilt.
Wildfire keeps score for up to 4 players.
Tilt.
Wildfire, it's pinball fun for most everyone.
Bonus points.
Wildfire from Parker Brothers.
Huh. Well,
Okay.
Reggie, go ahead.
I thought this one was pretty cool. One of my friends, Casey, actually gave one of these to me a couple years ago. So I'm gonna go with hot. Very cool item. I just didn't like the guy like ignoring his girl, but hey, I guess he was trying to get his game on. So hot.
That's hot.
Okay. Nunyub.
Now, the fact that she was just so smugly like, tilt.
Yeah.
That was pretty great. But that all said, real pinball, you got to put the quarters in. This is giving you unlimited pinball as long as you got batteries, obviously. Probably one of the first of its kind. These are the best video games. My favorite being like the football game with the little red dot that would move up the field and stuff. It's great. This is just such a good genre time period of lights and games and taking what feels like a real aesthetic game and making it like playable forever. So I'm going to say rad.
Rad.
All right. I like the name Wildfire. I've had a little too much wildfires this year and last year, but interesting font. It's bleeding over from the 70s. The 80s were not fully defined yet, so that's why you see that weird ass font.
So true.
Yeah, and I remember these things, but I never had one. I think I might have had like the sports one, like you're talking about, Nunyub. Friends of mine had something like this. It was weird how we had all these weird, strange, like portable systems, I guess. But yeah, pinball, I think that's awesome. I would love to try this thing right now. I think it would be cool to take this to like a gaming convention as your only portable game system. So I'm gonna give it a gotta have it.
Gotta have it.
All right, we're coming in hot.
Tilt.
Yeah, Wildfire, hot.
This is Andy Leonard at the 1980 Atari Games. Lots of excitement here. Stiff competition in basketball. They had to jump on Skydiver.
Those are simulated screens.
Cannonball, can't miss.
That game was awesome.
This time, Space Invaders. They're ready.
What a cool commercial.
No other company offers you as many different video game cartridges as Atari.
Wow. Well, Nunyub, why don't you take this one first, man?
What I love is that I think people scoffed at the esports concept back in the day. Little did they know that it would become the billion-dollar industry that it is today. So it's amazing. It's ahead of its time. Gotta have it.
All right. Yeah.
Gotta have it.
Reggie?
I love the whole environment that they were in. I love how they put the commercial together. It looks like everybody was having fun. The kids were concentrating a little too hard, kind of like it was a tournament instead of having fun. But still, I thought it was pretty rad.
Rad.
You know, I am a little bit of a skeptic,
Huh?
and I'm pretty sure that they don't have a Atari World Games. If they did, it didn't look like that. So I'm a little bit put off by the.
They were predicting the future.
Yeah, well, they were also at a track, which is a little unusual. Like
It's a sports event.
yeah, I'm not really buying it. And those were simulated screens, okay? Like, and honestly, I don't know, man. I'm just not into like the sports announcer guy and his tie and all that. Come on, this is video games, man. You're trying to pump me up, and you're talking about some fake gaming Olympic. I don't know, whatever. I'm gonna give it a meh.
Meh.
Interesting.
I respect that.
I have a
Yeah,
feeling these are gonna get better than that. I gotta
Yeah.
save.
That was too far-fetched that, these electronic sports would become a thing.
Yeah, nobody's buying that. That's not real.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe you're right for 1980. That was not real. They made it
Let's check
real.
the scoreboard and see how Coleco's head-to-head electronic baseball stacks up against the competition. Sure, some games have base stealing and pitch selection. But for real two-player action, only head-to-head baseball has computed batting averages for each player, hitting for average or for extra power, 16 pitching variations, including a pitch-out, extra inning scoring, and more. It's no contest. Get head-to-head electronic baseball by Coleco, now that you know the score.
Now, you know what? I'm going to go first again. I don't really need to see a scoreboard. You know, like it's just, to me, it's like show the game. I mean, what, can they not zoom in on the game? You know what it is? It's
just a red dot, bro.
I know.
It's just a red dot.
But I want to see the controls. I want to see just like a slow pan, like maybe a little bit of like a water fountain behind it, maybe like a bird flying around, and then like a football flying in and hitting the bird, and the bird falls over, and it's like, oh fuck, like, I don't know. Sorry guys, I gotta go first on that one, and I'm just like kind of put off by the presentation of the scoreboard. Sorry, lame.
Lame.
Reggie, after you. Go ahead.
It seems like the whole commercial was like focusing on the guy like holding the machine. He wasn't really going into too much detail or zooming in and letting us know what we needed to see. So I wasn't very impressed. And though I like Coleco, I got to go with trash.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was defending it, but I agree. This seems like the lamest of the red dot games, so I'm going to go ahead and trash it as well.
Trash it.
It may not be the lamest, it's just that I don't feel like it was represented well as far as like any kind of gameplay other than his stupid little scoreboard.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. When you have a commercial like that, you judge it the first time you see it, and they got to really come like guns blazing, and they didn't. They came with water guns pretty much. So yeah.
Who likes the ump anyways? Why would the ump be the guy that you'd want to buy it from anyways?
Good.
They should have had the popcorn guy selling that game. Somebody we all love.
Welcome to Club Atari. What's your pleasure? Breakout? Here's something new. Circus Atari.
Cartridge, video chess, football. Cartridge, sir. Fez is here.
Cartridge?
We meet again, Fez.
Yes, a little game of Space Invaders, perhaps. What shall we play?
One, of course. No other company offers you as many different video game cartridges as Atari.
All right, Reggie?
I love the presentation of this commercial. I mean, it shows you how they went all out back then, and just like that was really good. So I'm gonna say rad.
Rad.
I gotta agree. This is the shit. This is like, it was like James Bond. They took a spin. It's got some dramatized stuff going on. I love it. I love the cigarette girl, except she says cartridges. It's hot.
That's hot. That's hot.
Couldn't agree with you more. It's hot.
That's hot. That's hot.
Well, it's a gondola. Uh-oh.
It plays again.
It's so good.
And Coleco announce a $10 savings now through November 15th.
Holy
Buy any
shit.
Coleco electronic games, head-to-head sports, electronic quarterback, quiz whiz, electronic learning machine, and buy 2 packages of long-lasting Rayovac alkaline batteries.
Wow.
We'll send
Yeah.
you for $5
Power.
cash, plus $5 in refund certificates redeemable on Rayovac alkaline batteries. A
That's
$10
$10.
savings. Get details at your nearest store and save $10 big dollars now.
Whoa. Reggie, go ahead.
I don't know about this one. I felt like they were really trying to like sell us on the batteries instead. Batteries you usually want to show for a couple. Well, we know these things need batteries, but you don't need to include them really in the video. So I'm going to go with meh on this one.
Meh.
Nunyub?
Oh no, I completely agree. F those batteries. They had me at electronic quarterback. I was thinking, hey, this is the first time we're seeing all of those games kind of right next to each other, which I was excited about. And then they went with those like crappy old Rayovac batteries, which I don't know if maybe that's why I'm so biased about it. I know they suck. So with that all said, trash it.
All right.
Trash it.
So I liked the slow pan through the city of handhelds. I wish that they were on. Were they on? I don't know if they were, or just making noises or something. I don't know. Maybe they were. It's hard to say thinking back, but the batteries took me out of that zone quickly. Like if they were making noise, I forgot quickly because I'm now looking at a sea of batteries.
Is there a big oil of batteries? Because I feel like that's what just took over there.
Yeah, it was, I don't know. But Rayovac was a brand that you would find in shit all the time in the 80s. I don't even know where to get Rayovac anymore. It's like RC Cola. Not as great as RC Cola, but Rayovac is just, they were around, and now where are they?
Free market took them out because
they might have been, they might have been Radio Shack. I don't know. But I'm just kind of turned off by this commercial. So I'm going to give it a ew.
Ew.
That makes sense.
The first electronic football games like these were for only one player.
And run.
But something was missing.
Can I play? Wait your turn.
Then along came head-to-head electronic football by Coleco.
Oh, I remember
Now we
that.
can play at the same time. I'm offense. I'm defense.
With head-to-head, you're really in the game. A power sweep. He fights through for the tackle. You pass. He blitzes. Intercepts.
This is real competition.
Why settle for a one-player game when you can have it all? Play alone, against the computer, or for real competition, play
Head to head.
Oh my God! See, that is pretty good. 2-player. It's like Battleship, except one of those things. I remember that. Oh look, there's Rayovac.
I think Rayovac. Yeah, exactly.
Weird.
You're right there.
And those guys, they look kind of cracked out.
In a good way.
Yeah.
In a good way.
In a good way. I'm gonna just say gotta have it.
Gotta have it. Gotta have it.
I've never. Oh, sorry, Reggie.
No.
If I may, I just got to say that I've enjoyed these games. I have to admit, I've never played head to head like that. That looked fun. I think that looks rad.
This is a tough one for me. When they zoomed into the gameplay and they were like having fun playing, I looked at the lighting, how the markers would light up. And trying to play something like that today, which seems like it would give somebody a seizure kind of in a way, because it's just like all these lights lighting up. It's like, what the heck is this? So
Don't judge it from today, though. You were in 1980.
Okay, I got to dive back. Would I enjoy this back then if I was playing head to head with somebody? Meh. I'm sorry, guys. Meh. I just don't. I'm not feeling this one.
I hear you, but I feel like I gotta say, those lights would have blown your mind at the time. Like, how are these lights moving up and down? It would have been like so technologically advanced.
You know what? I'm trying to feel how I would back then. So let's see here.
You gave it a meh. We can't go back.
You gave it a meh.
It's just the
Now,
rule.
what I will say is that Bill Gates. No.
Why settle for less?
Yeah, why settle for less? Exactly.
Football 2 from Mattel Electronics.
Football 2.
Hey, Mattel, I know who's in there. You wish, Franco. Look at Football 2's quarterback.
Is that Terry Bradshaw?
Yeah, it
is.
Better passer. That's a Bradshaw in there.
Looks like a Bradshaw getting sacked to me.
and intercepted.
I guess
That's why they painted it Mean Joe Green.
Football 2, Play So Great, you think is in there from Mattel Electronics.
Reggie, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just really liked the commercial. It was just kind of funny how they were like hanging out. So I'm gonna say that was rad.
Rad.
None yet.
I liked it. I want to play. I want to say that's the most in line with what I'm used to playing. So I think that game was super fun. Gotta have it.
Gotta have it. Gotta have it.
Yeah, I think obviously Coleco and Mattel had a serious competition going in 1980, and this is part 2 of football. So I'm guessing that football part 1 from Mattel came out in like 79 or 78 or something. So the commercial itself was definitely cool. The locker room thing was cool. Terry Bradshaw, pretty classic.
It's amazing that he looked tiny in there too, right? I mean, Terry Bradshaw's not a tiny person.
He was sitting down, but yeah.
Okay.
You're right. You're right. I'm going to go with Rad.
Rad.
Naturally.
I'll try almost anything. So when Mattel Electronics asked me to compare their Intellivision games with Atari, I gave it a try. I compared Atari baseball with Intellivision and found Intellivision played much more like real baseball. Then I compared Atari football with Intellivision. Again, Intellivision played more like the real game. In my opinion, if you try them both, there's only one conclusion you can come to. Intellivision from Mattel Electronics.
Wow, I'm sold. I mean, that guy, who is that guy?
It's very familiar. He was in a movie.
I think he's a thing. He's a bigger thing than just being in a movie too. Like
George Plimpton?
Sounds important.
It sounds like Ice-T. Am I tripping out? Is George Plimpton Ice-T a thing? Anyway.
He might have been the Ice-T of the day.
I'm impressed. I got to say, this is some impressive comparison side by side. And I'm going to just say, yeah, gotta have it.
Gotta have it. Gotta have it.
Reggie.
I love the comparison. That's how you do it. You compare and let the people judge. And what we saw was a better project from Intellivision. So I'm going to go with gotta have it.
Gotta have it. Gotta have it.
Yeah, it was the best just straight comparison game. Earlier you were saying, hey, I don't like the fact that it's just some umpire or just some guy talking about it. This one was the game. You got to choose for yourself as the consumer. It's rad.
Rad.
Mattel was kicking ass.
Yeah.
Out here we entertain ourselves at home. So we got an Atari video game.
Out
There's so
here?
many different games to play. We especially like Space Invaders. Zapping those little devils from outer space. It's fun.
He said devils.
The whole idea of creatures from outer space is a little far-fetched.
Was it? Now look at yourself.
No other company offers you as many different video game cartridges as a...
I just like that voice. Go ahead, Nunyub.
No, I'm sorry. It was great. I mean, he's saying, hey, I'm out here in the boonies. I don't have anything to do to entertain my kids. So I had to get this machine, basically, is his point. And I mean, admittedly, the fact that you're out in the woods, you'd think would be good enough. But no, they got an Atari and then they never went outside again. We know how this plays out. Space Invaders was awesome. It's a great commercial. Gotta have it.
Gotta have it. Gotta have it.
I thought it was cool. I like the after effect of the Space Invaders invading his home, but I feel like it kind of just went in. I don't know. He was just kind of boring to me, so I'm gonna go with meh.
Meh.
So
He's not wrong. I get
this guy's vibe was a little creepy. Did anybody ever
Yeah.
see Happiness? I'm sure there's a lot of people watching this saying yes. Well, he reminded me of the dad in Happiness. And I don't trust him. And I don't want him around any kids. And I don't like how he said out here for some reason. I'm just not sure what's going on with that guy. I don't know. Come on over to my house, kids. I've got a stack of video games. You'll never want to leave.
Is that frowned upon?
Here, have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
No.
Ew.
Ew.
I don't like it.
Okay, I agree that I can't change mine, but if I had to say, in retrospect, this is just like all our other shows where we say it's not just kids having fun playing it, it's some adult talking to some other adult, which is lame in retrospect. I'm not changing it, I'm just saying, you guys are right.
Atari.
You're right.
I like the voice at the end, though, the Atari voice.
Jogging gave you fallen arches. Take time out. Tennis gave you tennis elbow. Take time out. The new electronic sport where size and strength won't help. There are 4 timeout games. Play toss-up, exterminator, flagman.
Whoa,
or
I've never
fireman.
seen this.
Fireman. All tell time and are so slim, you'll play them
Hey,
anywhere.
hey, what?
Basketball.
Ah.
Oh my god.
Take time out. Electronic games from me.
Wow, that was hokey.
That, yeah.
Well, Reggie, go ahead.
I'm gonna go with that was pretty rad. I'll say. Not gonna go into any details why, but it was rad.
Rad.
Well,
go ahead.
I was agreeing all the way until that tooth was missing right at the end. I thought, yeah, sports are dangerous. I don't want to injure myself. I could just play this game. I mean, great points up until then, and then just kind of threw me off there. So I'm gonna go with meh.
Meh.
So I was impressed all around. I thought it had hokey ass music. It was like trying to be comedy. It kind of reminded me of like the Little Caesars commercials that ended up coming out in the early 90s or late 80s. The game, it was like a Game and Watch. It was like a Nintendo Game and Watch, except different. And I've never seen it. I don't know. Like, those look cool. I've never heard of them. I know nothing about them. The girl, that was a long shot on her ass. And then it panned up and she turned around. And then not only was she missing a tooth, but there was a sound effect. So they obviously scripted that out. The production was comical. It was like it really reminded me of the Little Caesars commercials. So I don't know. I was kind of impressed with that. I got to say hot, just because it was hot in a weird
That's hot.
way.
That's hot.
Yeah, man.
You know, it was hot like a wildfire, and that brings us all the way back around. That's our list of video games from 1980.
Wow,
that was intense. Well, tell us what you guys, if you had to choose one of these, which one would you take home back in 1980? What was your pick? We want to know.
Because these games were expensive. So
yeah, they were. That's right. Yeah. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. And if you like the video, leave a like. Thanks for subscribing to Sunset Hotline. Until next time, you know what to do. You're going to keep that shit retro by playing with Wildfire. Not the actual hot fire, but the pinball Wildfire. Later on.